Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and good evening for those in South Africa and joining all over the world. It's really great to be here with all of you, and especially Chad with you and Wayne Ridden. Wayne's not with us on video, but you'll hear him on the audio side. And I just actually rewatched your kind of documentary, Chad, and it was just impressive and just reminded me of the challenge that you and Michael Phelps had together. So for me, the notable event was when you guys were in the waiting room together. I don't know if you remember that scene at the Olympics, but that was pretty noticeable. And just tell us a little bit, what are you doing now? Like, what's going on in your life these days?
Hey, everyone. Hey, Brendon. Thanks for having me on the show. How's it, Wayne? Yeah, great to be here. This is thanks for the introduction. That's really, really nice. I think a lot of people ask me about that. To be honest with you, we're having a lot of fun. I was having fun with, I think it was Jimmy Guy at the time. And we didn't know the cameras were rolling, So at the time, we weren't trying to psych anybody out or anything. It was just having a bit of fun. It was actually the semifinals, not the final. So a lot of people mistake that. And I've just come off that 200 free silver. It was crazy. It was a weird time in Rio. But I think for me, personally, I'm just, if I could just say, grateful for the opportunities I had to race Michael over the years and great competitor that he was and a role model for me personally. I miss that rivalry that we had. Happy to be swimming still and happy to be safe during this time. So yeah.
Yeah, Wayne, and from your perspective, what do you see has been going on in the swimming world with the Olympics being put on hold and all of that, and how does that play into Chad's current swimming situation?
Yeah, well, Brendon, there was sort of like pros and cons here for both. The older swimmers, it was probably a good thing that some of them, had a bit of a break to build up if they were sort of feeling they were running out of time. For the younger swimmers, they were sort of buying some more time to maybe get closer to those older ones who were going to naturally, qualify for Olympics. So, yeah, it's a difficult time. I feel sad for the guys that feel they can't go another year. At the age they may be, in the whole build-up. So for a few of us, for me personally, it was actually it was a bit of a buying time situation for Matthew Sates, who, he's going to hopefully come along and fill Chad's footsteps in the next few years.
Yeah, it's amazing. And Chad, you're leaving on Thursday to go somewhere. Where are you heading off to? And what's it like swimming with the COVID situation and social distancing? Like, tell us a little bit about the challenges you guys have to deal with as swimmers.
Yeah, it's been difficult. I mean, I'd be lying if I said it was easy the last couple of months, but everyone's in the same boat. My philosophy on things is different. I always look at things and say, if the water's cold today, it's the same, as it would be for everyone else. So, it was difficult in the beginning. I think once everything was adjusted, when they put us into a South African lockdown, and then, I was in Turkey at the time, in the end of February, beginning of March, when I flew back down. Literally had 2 days to pack my bags, fly to Durban, and go on lockdown. And basically, the last couple of weeks has been difficult for me, to be very honest. I've been on antibiotics for 4 weeks now. I have a bad sinus infection, not COVID. So I have to go for surgery probably in a couple of months when I get back, because, I've been struggling. I've been in and out of the water the last couple of weeks, so it hasn't been easy. But I'm doing what I can, and I think I'm just excited to get racing again. I see the news that the Olympics looks like it's happening, which is great news. So I'm excited. I'm excited for what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. Heading to Turkey now on Thursday. So hopefully I head to Turkey on Thursday, because my 2 flights before got cancelled. So holding thumbs that the plane still goes along. But getting back to my team and hopefully swim some ISL if it happens and go from there.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about the ISL, Wayne and Chad. What are your thoughts on it? What's going well in it? What are the challenges? Maybe start with Wayne on that.
Well, Brendon, my first experiences was I was supposed to head across and join the Andrews, with their team. And I got turned away at New York. They sent me home. They said I had my visa denied, so I haven't been able to sort that out yet. So I missed the chance of being part of that inaugural one. But watching it was really important, and I found that it brought a new life to swimming, I think. The teams racing against each other, you know what it was always like. I think your background itself came from racing in our team. And then it gave you that next step to follow, which went on to do what you did. So I think that team aspect, which was lost at one stage, I think, is coming back.
That's awesome. What about you, Chad?
Absolutely. I think Wayne nailed it on the head there. I think for me, firstly, it's a huge honor to be a part of this league and, one of the starting members. I think for me, firstly, about my team energy standard, I'm hugely honored to be captain of such an amazing team. And I think the first season last year went really well. We're still waiting on news, and it looks like it's going to be a go for next month. But it was amazing, to be a part of a team environment. I think, Wayne can relate. Over the years, obviously, at Olympics and World Championships and Commonwealth, we don't have many relay teams with respect that go through. Not like the US, Australia, GP. So I think it's really cool to be in a situation where you're challenging against all the top guys, and it's like literally like a football team that's going across and getting players and it's just amazing, and the team chemistry, the environment that we're in is really, really second to none. So like I said, I'm just super proud and honored to be a part of it, and I know Constantine's visions going forward on stopping after the back end of last year. We have plans to make it even bigger this year, going into next year and taking the sport to new levels, because I think, like Wayne touched on it, it's made the sport super exciting, super fast-paced team environment. There's no, medal ceremonies. Everything's done in an hour and 45. So I think for me personally, it's a win all around for all swimmers and spectators.
That's awesome, Chad. Well, I want to ask you a little bit of a personal question, because it is actually a question that intrigues me a little bit, both on my personal journey and your journey and all the other Olympians. If you were to put 3 reasons down as to why you became an Olympian, and it doesn't have to be 3, you could pick 2 or 4. And if you were to put maybe 1 or 2 reasons why you became an Olympic champion, which is something I never achieved, give some thought to that and maybe answer that question. Because I think for the younger swimmers out there, I think it's always a little bit of a mystery, and I think it's a mystery I'm trying to help them understand.
That's a good question, Brendon. I think, look, for me from a young age, I always wanted to be, I either wanted to play for Man United in soccer and football. I wanted to go to the Olympics for turner breaststroke and 400 medley. I wanted to do something that was related to sports. So I think I've always been very competitive when I was younger. So that's something that I always envisioned. So like when I was really, really young, I remember, and it's been after one of the championships in Kings Park in Durban, and I was saying to my friend, like I'm gonna be successful in swimming. That's what I wanted. I was 10, 11 years old. I can't even remember what I said, but I remember saying something along the lines of like, I'm gonna go to the Olympics one day, and it came across a little weird because we were so young. And he brought it up to me in the lockdown a couple of months ago, and he said, Chad, do you remember you telling me this? And I said, I actually do. I don't remember what I said, but I knew it was something along the lines of that. And I think the most powerful thing is just believing that you can get there, So my path is a little different to everyone else's. We didn't have the easiest, with respect coming from South Africa, we don't have the greatest facilities of all time. So, we had a small disadvantage, to everyone else. And I think coming from that background, almost like a tough background as South Africans are, it makes us a bit stronger mentally, And I've had a lot of challenges, personal challenges myself, which people know about or don't know about. And I think it just adds to the journey. But the most powerful thing I could say is belief, self-belief, and visualization. I do that a lot naturally. Just when I'm in the shower, when I'm stretching, when I'm warming up, eating breakfast, whatever. Like I visualize success, and it almost somewhat creates that law of attraction, over the years of just repetitive visualization. I hope I'm saying it right, but it's something that I've always done as a kid and naturally done it, And I love that. I love the competitive side of things. I feel like, I'm not afraid of a challenge. And I think win, lose or draw, my philosophy on sport and on life is I'd rather be beaten by the best than race someone that's not the best, if that makes sense. So people ask me the question all the time. They say, oh, aren't you happy Michael's retired? Or aren't you unhappy Caleb and Milak are swimming? I'm like, man, of course not. Like, I wish they were all there. I wish Spitz was around when I was here, and Ian Thorpe and Popov and the legends, because for me, it's an honor to be Olympic champion. It's an honor to be a world champion, a national champion. I pride myself on that. So for me, going to the Olympics is such a huge honor for me, like more than you can understand, to be an Olympic champion. Like, I promise you now, if I win a gold medal next year, there's no one in the world that will be happier than me and my family. I promise you that. Like, it means more to me than people can actually understand. And I think that's the mentality that I've had, and that's the advice that I can give. I don't really know what else to say about that, but I've just always envisioned positive things and racing the top guys and embracing the challenge.
That's awesome, Chad. Wayne, do you have any last question for Chad? I'm trying to keep these to short and sweet 10-minute shows. So any key question you'd like to ask Chad?
Well, there's a lot you could ask Chad. As I say, in a few minutes, it's really difficult. But, Chad, you've always wanted to be that role model, and you have so many fans. I remember the one year that I had to protect you going down the stairs in Hong Kong, and say to the guys, you got 10 minutes. How have you found that balance, okay, in your swimming? Because you've managed to actually keep smiling through those things when you should be going home to rest.
Absolutely. I think, when you've been many times overseas where that's happened, I think for me, it goes back to what I say. It's an honor to be where I'm at, a role model, a positive role model for society. I see a lot of people, sportsmen, men and women that are positive role models, and I see some negative ones, in other sports I'm talking about. And I never want to turn down an autograph. I never want to turn down a picture. And I want to show kids that, like, it doesn't matter where you come from, you can achieve your dreams, and no matter how big or small they may be in your mind, it doesn't matter. My dad always told me, to achieve your Olympic gold. And that doesn't necessarily mean go and win the Olympics. It means be captain of your school, make the national team or make the junior team, go to junior worlds. Like, it's all relative towards people. So my influence on society, I hope that I'll be remembered for more one day than just a swimmer. I would like to be remembered as, one of the best swimmers, hopefully, especially in South Africa, and one of the best athletes South Africa's ever had, but also a positive member of society that made a difference, with people. So yeah, that'll be my plan.
That's awesome, Chad, and really appreciate you and Wayne jumping on. I know it's 6 o'clock on Monday night there, and I know you getting ready to head off on an international trip. I'll leave you with 2 questions. One is, how's your family doing? How's everyone in your family doing? And then number 2, what do you see in the next 2 to 4 years in your future? And that doesn't have to be swimming related. It can be anything.
I think, firstly, thank you. My family are good. With my dad at the moment in Cape Town, my girlfriend and my brother. And my mom's still in Durban. Unfortunately, she couldn't come out. I think, family is the most important thing for me. So, they're healthy. My dad actually just popped in to say hello. Yeah, if I can just say hello.
Hello, guys.
Hey, good. How you doing?
Good, Wayne.
Good to see you.
How's it been?
I heard him coming there. He's always around. And I think for my future, my immediate future, I really believe that I'm only getting started. At 28, I found new life with my team at Energy Standard, and I have so much positive people around me now. And I think I have a lot of life left in swimming, and I think the ISL has helped me with that. And I also think that looking at the new ways of training and looking at new people that I'm training with, I'm hungrier than ever, especially after, let's say, the Rio Olympics or things that have happened to me. I'm very motivated by the defeat that I've had. And I think that going forward, whether it's next year or 2024, I do believe I'll be Olympic champion again one day, whenever that comes along. I just hope that I can continue winning for my country, for my team. And like I said, be a positive role model to the kids, and see what happens.
Chad, it's been really good to have you and Wayne on the show. Love watching you swim, love watching all the South African swimmers carry the South African flag high, and really appreciate your time and being on the FSN network with us, and wish you all the best. And if we can help you in any way, don't hesitate to reach out.
Perfect. Thanks, Brendon. Thanks for having me on the show. Thanks, Wayne.
Thanks, Wayne. Thanks.
Thanks
Yeah,
a lot.
good
eh?
Bye.
Thank
Join us on the Swim Monkey.
Swim
Swim Monkey.
Monkey TV. On the Monkey.